Welcome to another yoga session. So today we're going to be doing a moon salutation practice, which is a little bit of a, opposing salutation to the normal one that we usually do, which is sun salutation. So that's going to be exciting. It's a feel-good flow. So if you want to add any movement or, add any extra stretches or postures in your body that feel good throughout the practice, please do so. And if you have 2 blocks at home, grab those. You may not need them, but they're a good support to have in case you do. And we're going to start today standing at, let's stand in the center of our mats. And we're going to begin with just a deep inhale, bringing the arms up towards the sky, giving yourself a nice big full body stretch. And on the exhale, bend your elbows, come into cactus arms, and give yourself a little bit of a back bend. Just a gentle arch here, not going too deep on the first breath. And we'll do that a few times. So lift your arms back up towards the sky, exhale, release your hands. And then again, inhale your arms above your head, and exhale, cactus arms into a gentle back bend. So I'd like you to continue moving with your own breath, exhaling to release your arms, inhaling to reach up, lengthen the sides of the waist, and exhale to release into a back bend. And on your next inhale, when your arms are up next to your ears, I'd like you to grab hold of your your right wrist with your left hand, and we're going to exhale and bend to our left. So the moon salutation, unlike the sun salutation, begins and leads with the left side of the body rather than the right. So breathe deeply here into this left side bend. And then exhale, come back to center, switch the hands, and exhale, lean towards your right. Feeling this along the left side of the body, pressing into both feet, making sure your toes and your inner heels are relaxed on the ground. And then inhale, come back to center, and release your arms. So from here, on your next inhale, jump or step your feet apart and your arms apart. From here, pigeon toe your feet. Actually, don't pigeon toe them. Turn your feet outward so they're pointing away from you. And bend your knees, coming into a goddess pose. Hello, now you can see my face again. From here, you can add on some variations with the arms. So if you'd like to inhale the arms up and come into namaste, you can do that. Or if you'd like to do crescent or cactus arms and come into a mudra, you can choose to do that as well. But regardless, think about engaging the core and your glutes, sending your hips down towards the ground, feeling nice and rooted here. All right, on your next exhale, come back up to standing, release your arms, and we're gonna go into triangle pose, this time on the left. So keeping your left toes where they are, start to rotate your right foot so that it's at a 45-degree angle. And then from here, open up the arms again, reach forward with your left fingers while sending your hips back towards the right. And exhale, come down into your triangle pose. And here, triangle is a great place to maybe use a block, or you can always use the leg to support your arm and upper body. Think about bringing the head and the shoulders in line with the front knee. On your next exhale, come back up to center. And this time I'd like you to revolve your entire body to the left. So you're squaring your hips towards your left foot. Ground that back heel and step in just a little bit. And with your hips squaring towards the front of your mat, I'd like you to either clasp your forearms behind your back or come into reverse namaste. From here, lift your chest up towards the sky and exhale to fold at your hips, coming down towards your left leg into our pyramid pose. Keeping the lower back nice and long here. Thinking about bringing your stomach towards your thigh. Breathe deeply here. You might feel some tension in the hips or the backs of the legs, maybe the ankles. And use your breath to release any tension that you might be holding. On your next exhale, come back up to standing. Turn the toes in towards one another. This time, pigeon toe your feet in a little bit. Inhale the arms to the side. And exhale, start to fold at your hips, coming down into your wide-legged forward fold. Now, if your hands can comfortably touch the ground, walk them back to be in between the feet. If not, just use blocks here to support your hands. And if you'd like to add a little arm variation here, you can clasp the hands behind your back and bring the fingers down towards the ground. Giving yourself a nice shoulder stretch in the upper body. All right, let's release the hands, come back up to the half position. And from here, we're going to turn to our left again and come into a low lunge, this time on the left side. So bend into the left knee and drop your right knee down to the ground. Let's add on some arm circles here, reaching your arms up above your head and coming down towards the mat. Again, inhaling your arms back and up and exhaling down towards the ground. One more time, inhale your arms up and exhale, release your hands towards the mat. So in this low lunge position, I really want you to think about bringing your hips, sinking them down towards the ground. So imagine that there's a weight attached to your hip bones and they're just pulling your hips down towards the mat. So we'll stay in our low lunge here for a few deep breaths. And then from here, I'd like you to place both of your hands inside of your left foot and then start to heel toe your left foot to the left edge of your mat. Now you can either stay here, and this is your lizard pose, or if you'd like an added challenge, you can come up to the toes in the back foot, lift the knee. Or to get a little bit deeper to the inner thigh, you can actually open up by pressing gently into the left knee and pressing your upper body away from that left knee. So choose whichever posture feels good for you today. And then stay there and continue to breathe. Okay, Rico. Now, if you're feeling pretty comfortable here and you want to go deeper into the right thigh, you can bend the right knee and hold that foot with your left hand. for a little mermaid variation here. All right, exhale, release the back foot if you're holding onto it. Place both hands back on the mat. And we're going to transition into our skandasana on the left side. So to do that, heel toe your left foot back towards the center of the mat. Come onto the ball of your right foot. And then keep turning so that you're facing now the screen or the long side of your mat. And then bend your left knee, coming down into a skandasana, which is a really deep side lunge. I'd like you to keep your right foot flexed, your toes pointing up towards the sky, and keep engaging your right quad muscle to protect your knee. And if you're here, you can keep the hands on the floor for some added balance, or you can put your hands in namaste and think about lengthening your spine up towards the sky. All right, nice job. From here, press your hands into the mat. We're going to come and walk our hands over to the other side and come into Skandasana on the right. So this time we're bending into our right knee. Our left toes are pointing up towards the sky, and your left quadricep is really strong and engaged here. And again, choose your arm variation wherever you are. Think about lifting your chest. And now from here, we're going to do everything we did on the left side on the right. So let's start by coming into lizard pose. So press into your hands, start to pivot your entire body towards the right, and then drop that left knee down towards the ground. Bring both of your hands inside of your right foot, and then heel toe that foot to the right side of your mat. So this is your lizard pose. And again, whatever variations you took on the left side, I'd like you to do the same thing on the right. So just even it out here. So if you came up to your toes on the back foot, do that again. Or if you took another variation, mirror yourself on this side. Release the back foot if you took hold of it. And let's come back into the low lunge on our right side. So heel toe your right foot in towards the middle of your mat. And then we'll do those same arm circles. So inhale your arms up above your head and exhale. Bring your hands down to the mat. Let's do that 3 more times. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, reach up and exhale. Bring your hands down. And one more time, still thinking about sinking the hips while you're doing this. Giving yourself that opposing action of your hands reaching up towards the sky while your hips are sinking down towards the ground. And exhale your hands to the mat. We'll take a few more deep breaths here. And when you're ready, we're going to start to transition back into our wide-legged forward fold. So come up to the ball of the foot on the left side, and then pivot yourself towards the middle of your mat, pigeon-toeing both of your feet in towards one another. And exhale, fold at your hips, bringing your upper body down towards the ground. And let's add on another little variation here. So reach your arms out towards the side and then grab hold onto your two big toes with your peace fingers. And here you can use the strength of your arms to encourage yourself to fold a little bit deeper. Now listen to your body here. You don't want to go too deep that you injure yourself or hurt yourself. But this can be a useful way to encourage the hips to open a little bit more while also engaging the arms. And then once you've found your edge, you found that place that you can't go any deeper, just stay there and relax. All right, nice job, everyone. From here, plant your hands back onto the ground, coming into the half position, and then place your hands on your hips and engage your legs strongly to come up back to standing. So now we're going to go into pyramid on the right-hand side this time, starting by turning our right toes out towards the top of the mat and keeping the back toes where they are, but just bringing the foot in about a foot. So shortening your stance just a little bit here. So now I'd like you to use your hands and move your hips so that they're square with the top of the mat and your right foot. And then choose your arm variation. So either hold on to your forearms behind your back or come into reverse namaste once again. From here, inhale, lift your chest up towards the sky. And exhale, start to fold at your hips, coming down towards your right leg. Thinking about bringing your left shoulder towards your right toe. From here, engage the back leg to come up to standing. And then we're going to come into our pyramid pose, this time on the right. So inhale your arms apart. Maybe adjust your stance to be a little bit wider. And exhale, bring your right hands forward. And exhale, come into triangle. This time on the right side. Again, here, thinking about stacking your shoulders, keeping the left fingers active, reaching towards the sky, and following with your gaze up towards the sky, or for more stability, looking down towards the ground. On your next exhale, come back up to center. And this time I'd like you to turn your left toes out to match your right toes. Bend into the knees and come back into your goddess pose. So here, with either your hands at namaste or in a cactus shape, engaging the glutes and the thighs And for a little added bonus, you can press into your toes and come up off your heels for another balance challenge. Wherever you are, exhale to release, straighten the legs and come back to standing. With your feet together at the top of the mat, we're going to do that crescent side stretch again. So inhale your arms up above your head, this time grabbing onto the left wrist and exhaling towards your right side. Feeling that nice long stretch along the left side body. Exhale, come back to center, switch the hands, and this time on an exhale, bend to your left. Inhale, come back to center, release your arms, and we'll just do a few deep breaths here to close off the practice. So inhale your arms up above your head, and exhale, cactus your arms coming into a back bend. Gently pressing your hips forward here. And release the arms. Let's do that one more time. Inhale and exhale. Come into that gentle back bend. Inhaling the arms up and exhaling your arms fixed to your sides. And that is our practice today. Namaste.